Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is July 21st, 2024 and Barcelona still retaining interest in Joao Cancelo. Also, Barcelona are considering Daniel Munoz as a possible option B. And finally, the club are going to try to accelerate the contract renewal of Frenkie de Jong. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you head to Goal Kits, Fanatics, Skip Bag. You have plenty of options. If you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you head to Bet Us. All the links for Goal Kits, Fanatics, Skip Bag, Bet Us, everything are down below in the description. Now, I'll begin with the news that Benfica's president has confirmed that Benfica are currently in negotiations to sign Joao Felix. Now, as you know, Joao Felix is back at Atletico de Madrid and it looks like he will be offloaded this summer. Atletico Madrid are keen on offloading him on a permanent basis. Of course, Barcelona would not mind having Joao Felix on another season loan. However, he is not a priority, therefore they're not looking to pay any money, not even a loan fee. And even though Joao Felix does prioritize going back to Barcelona, since he's seeing that Barcelona are not making any moves for him, he has now authorized his agent to negotiate with other clubs. And in fact, he has given his agent, Jorge Mendes, a deadline, which expires at the end of this month, to figure out his future. Now, we know that Benfica are interested in bringing Joao Felix back to what was once his home. They are negotiating with Atletico Madrid to purchase 50% of his rights. And while this has been officially confirmed now by Benfica's president, who when asked about Joao Felix said that he wasn't going to comment much on it because if there is an ongoing negotiation, so not saying much, but confirming that indeed Benfica are negotiating to sign Joao Felix. And you might wonder, why are we talking about this? This is not Barcelona news. Well, it is related to Barcelona because, again, it's looking less and less likely with each passing day that Joao Felix will be coming back to Barcelona. And it's looking more and more likely that he will end up back in the Portuguese league. Now, speaking of Portuguese players, it's reported that Barcelona still retain an interest in Joao Cancelo. Now, just like Atletico Madrid with Joao Felix, Manchester City are also keen on offloading Joao Cancelo on a permanent basis, and it's reported that Barcelona are still interested in having Joao Cancelo on the squad, but of course they will insist on the loan as well because they cannot afford to pay the transfer fee that Manchester City are currently requesting, which is around 30 to 40 million euros. Now, Hansi Flick did have a priority over Joao Cancelo, Frimpong. However, the cost of Frimpong is 40 million euros, so since Barcelona cannot afford that, they will insist instead on Joao Cancelo, on trying to convince Manchester City to loan the player back to Barcelona once again. And even though Flick is counting on Jules Koundé as the starting right back on his team, it's reported that Flick would not mind have Joao Cancelo on his squad because he would like a fullback that can operate on both wings. And we know that Joao Cancelo is capable of playing both on the right and on the left. Now, despite Barcelona's interest in Cancelo, of course, this is not going to be an easy operation because, again, Manchester City want to offload him on a permanent basis. Barcelona cannot afford to sign him on a permanent basis. They can only afford another loan. And there is interest from other clubs, including Juventus and Inter Milan in the Serie A. And, of course, there is strong interest in Saudi Arabia, but Cancelo is not looking to go to Saudi Arabia, or at least not yet. So we'll see where he will end up for the upcoming season. Now, speaking of fullbacks, since Barcelona are interested in signing Cancelo, and in case they can't, because Manchester City, let's say Manchester City insists on a permanent transfer and another club comes in and signs Cancelo instead, Barcelona are considering now Daniel Munoz as the option B for the Portuguese fullback. Now, you might remember Daniel Munoz because it's someone I talked about think it was a couple of weeks ago. He is a Colombian right back, a 28-year-old Colombian right back. He currently plays at Crystal Palace. And the reason I talked about him in a previous video, because he had given some statements while he was playing with Colombia in the Copa America, where he said that he dreams to play in Barcelona. Of course, at the time, Barcelona were not really considering him. It was simply a news because Daniel Munoz had, kind of offered himself to the club. And well, now it's being reported that Barcelona could consider Daniel Munoz as an option B in case they cannot bring Joao Cancelo. Now, the reason why Barcelona are now considering Munoz is because he did have a pretty good Copa America. In fact, I watched a lot of the Colombia matches, and I do agree he did have a really good Copa America. He showed to be a fullback, complete fullback that not only is very solid defensively, but is someone that incorporates himself into attack really well. In fact, he did score 2 goals in the competition, one against Paraguay, the other one against Brazil. He also provided an assist against Panama. So really strong performance during the I guess the Americas competition. It's usually South American competition, but this time included both continents. And as such, he has caught the attention of Barcelona, and it's reported that Crystal Palace, given the interest now from European clubs in their player, have set a price of 20 million euros for the Colombian fullback, whose contract does expire in 2027. Now, I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts. What do you think about the possibility of Daniel Munoz ending up in Barcelona? Do you think it would be good? Do you think it'd be bad? Let me know down below. Now, we'll end this video by talking about Frenkie de Jong, because it's reported that Barcelona will try to accelerate the renewal of the Dutch midfielder during the upcoming few weeks. Now, as you know, Frenkie de Jong's contract expires in 2026. He currently has an incredibly high salary, the highest salary in the entire Spanish league. Part of it is because Bartomeu gave him an incredibly high salary. The other part is because he also is getting paid arrears or salary cuts that he had agreed to during the pandemic, because when he renewed, Barcelona could not pay him his full salary because of the pandemic. So he's getting paid his salary plus all that money he agreed to defer. So his salary is incredibly high. It's taken up a huge portion of Barcelona's financial fair play. As such, Barcelona would like to extend Frenkie de Jong's contract and in the process restructure his salary, where they would divide those salary arrears over a longer period of time, which would then free up a lot of space on Barcelona's wage bill. Now, Barcelona had already sent Frenkie de Jong a contract renewal a few months ago. He never responded to it. He didn't say, yes, I like it, no, I hate it, let's change this, let's change that, nothing. So Barcelona will now try once again to try to extend the contract of Frenkie de Jong to, again, divide those salary arrears over a longer period of time, which then would free up a lot of space on Barcelona's wage bill and would make other operations like the signing of Nico Williams a lot easier. Now, it seems that Hansi Flick is counting on keeping Frenkie de Jong. He thinks he's an important midfielder, or could be an important midfielder on his team. Of course, Frenkie de Jong is also not looking to leave. And as far as Barcelona as a club, they have not received any offers for Frenkie, despite there being interest at the beginning of the summer. So it's looking more likely that Frenkie de Jong will be staying at the club. We'll see if he'll agree to a contract renewal or not, because again, if he does, that would help the club immensely as far as freeing up space on their wage bill. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I will be uploading another video in a few moments, so stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barça.